There's now been over 100,000 negative reviews and climbing rapidly put against DSP Gaming. Wow. We went from being successful indie darling on YouTube, right, to now becoming one of the most hated, crapped upon, downvoted ever in history. If this is the case, how on earth is this company going to continue to be successful? Thanks for the money, dummies. Banned. Camera's been on the whole time. Bounce. I'm actually a virgin. See this fucking piece of garbage disc? Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 Podcast, a big schlock fest. Before we get to that, obviously, we have some interesting topics to discuss on today's show. So, why don't we go ahead and talk about the YouTube situation first? Here's what's going on right now on YouTube. It's very weird. It's very bizarre, all right? As you might know, or maybe you don't know this, YouTube decided to institute a new practice when it comes to going to YouTube channels. It used to be that you would have a custom URL on YouTube. This channel, since it's such a long-running YouTube channel, you can find it by simply going to youtube.com/DSP Gaming. You don't need an @ in that name. You don't need some special combination of weird letters and numbers. It's literally just DSP Gaming. It's awesome. It's something that's a legacy thing. They don't do that anymore. You can't actually get a custom URL assigned like that anymore. So I'm happy to have been around so long on YouTube that I have this. I'm a founder on YouTube, right? So now what YouTube does, they will assign you a URL that's a bunch of random letters, numbers, and symbols. It's a big giant mess of like 20, 30 characters. There's no way you could ever memorize it. And people would have issue, and they complained for many years about this, but they want a quicker way to get access to a YouTube channel. So I want to say it was about 2 years ago, YouTube decided that they were going to have new shortcuts to access YouTube channels. They assigned channels an @. So for example, this channel is @DSP Gaming. Even though you could just find it by going to DSP Gaming, you can also find it by going to @DSP Gaming. My other channel, @DSP Reacts or @DSP Throwback. So now you don't need to know the giant convoluted channel address. This has worked flawlessly for a while. Everything's been going swimmingly with this. Well, all of a sudden, one of my moderators says, "Are you aware that the @ symbols aren't working anymore?" What do you mean? Right now, if you were to type in youtube.com/@DSP Reacts, it gives you a 404 dead page error. Yeah, it actually is broken. It won't work at all. YouTube broke the @ references. YouTube is a constant, ginormous mess of code. Someone wrote this thing in the mid-2000s. Instead of redesigning and rebooting, they just keep adding more code to it. And that's really what it is. These coders who work for Google keep writing more code, adding it, writing it, adding it. And it just becomes even more convoluted and bloated when they go to fix something. They break something else. Oh, well, this will improve something. Here it goes. And now 5 other things on YouTube that they never expected would be affected are all affected and don't work. So I had to go to my membership link. I had to go to my gifted memberships link. I had to change all the links to be the real URL addresses of the page and not these @ references because some coder fucked up the whole site. How stupid is that? Is it the end of the world? Yeah, it is. Already those channels don't have giant viewer bases. It would really suck if now people who normally watch the content on those channels can't find the channel. I hope someone doesn't type in @DSP Reacts today and says, "Oh, I got a 404 error. I guess Phil's channel got deleted," and then they don't check it out. That would really suck. Let's talk about yesterday's streams because I would like to directly address what happened yesterday with Fallout 4. So as you know, I started playing Fallout 4 almost 2 weeks ago now, the hot new release, because number one, the TV show had hit Prime Video, and in 1 week, it was the second most viewed show ever. In addition, Fallout Mania had hit the internet. Everyone was dying to talk about and play some Fallout games. And so there were ginormous spikes in attention on games like Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. We got to cash in on that. well, I gotta take that bag and I gotta fucking get ahead for myself. I chose to sell out. As you know, part 1 actually hit the YouTube algorithm, got over 30,000 views and climbing as of now, which was a nice change from the stuff on this channel that usually views are not so good. I've been having a good time with it. Now, every time that I've played it, we've had good viewership, good engagement, good support. And so I was happy that I made this decision. Like, oh, good timely decision. People are liking it. This is excellent. Well, yesterday I went to play it, and this is no different from any other day. Attendance was decent. We still had over 400 viewers the entire stream, which is good. Half the audience that attends Fallout 4 is engaged. They're talking about the game. They're having a good time. But sadly, the other half is kind of disengaging now. And the thing is, I'm having a lot of fun with Fallout 4, but it appears that perhaps the viewership is not. Maybe Fallout Mania has ended and people aren't that excited for Fallout content anymore. When people were like hyped at the beginning, now it's kind of like, meh, it's just another playthrough. In addition, support yesterday was not great at all. Thankfully, there were gifted memberships at the beginning of the stream. If that hadn't happened, it actually would have been an incredibly slow stream. Both super chats and tips were very, very low. I don't know what happened. Every other Fallout stream we'd done up to that point actually had done well. There were people showing up, engaging, and supporting. Something changed out of nowhere. It certainly wasn't me. So what changed? And so we talked about it a bit. I think what it probably is that the hype has died down for Fallout now. Everyone was talking about Fallout as they watched the show. Well, guess what happened? Everyone watched the show. Everyone ran to play a legacy game because there are no new Fallout games now. And because there's no new Fallout games, there's nothing to talk about and the hype has died. Bethesda has literally ruined their own hype because they're so inept as a game development studio now. They had absolutely no products to offer anyone. Starfield flopped. It did not live up to expectations. It did not sell as well as they had hoped. I mean, what a fucking joke. That game is a humongous disappointment among the community. Todd Howard has no idea what he's doing anymore. There was hype for Fallout for that first week, but that hype already died and they're gone. They want something else. All of gaming is now programmed to think everything is only interesting for a week or two. We're not even 2 weeks into playing it yet, and already there's a giant drop-off. And it's like, how am I supposed to be able to play a game that's longer than, say, 20 hours? If people have now been programmed to just think, you play a game for a week or two, you drop it, because that's what indie games are. Indie games don't have substance. Now, here's the thing. Maybe it was just a fluke. It was only one stream like this. I want to kill a playthrough just because of one stream. So, my attitude is thus. I do want to give up on it. Yeah, I don't want to play it again as a day stream, okay? No one cares about it anymore. Don't want to see any more of it. Now, last night, it was May the 4th, also known as Star Wars Day, and I decided to do a random night stream of Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Man, it was a very high engagement, high support stream. Dude, support was sky high. Super chats, memberships, and tips were amazing last night, and I'm like, wow. Now, am I actually expecting that every time I play that game? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, today's React Day. When the podcast ends, we all head over to the DSP Reacts channel. Now, I just want to say this up front. The React channel, DSP Reacts, currently only gets revenue from 2 sources, not ad revenue. The vast majority of videos that I put on that channel get claimed by somebody else, even though it's legal and under fair use to react to other people's content. YouTube still lets people claim those videos and get ads on them for themselves rather than me. So I get almost no ad revenue on that channel at all. So really, that channel gets support from 2 sources. Number 1, the Minuteman idiot, but in addition, memberships. They're the ones who are kind of the lifeblood of the channel, giving it support so that we can actually make some money. When people come to the live streams and they do super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, or tips, those are what allow that channel to continue to keep going. It's definitely not viewership and it's not ad revenue. However, for some reason, last week's React stream did not do well. It was really, really slow. It failed. People did not show up. The support was abysmal. If you support this podcast right now, anything that you do on this podcast counts for that as well. I count the podcast and the React show as kind of one entity. So if you were to tip on today's podcast, that sticks and applies to the next stream. Contribute right now. Fuck that. You don't support shit that sucks, because that's how you get more shit that sucks. I would hope that you will support the React content if you can. Please do. And the funny part is, Dabhands even just said it. I think the React show is actually fluffy crap. You know, people submitting stuff from YouTubers that are like 10 years old, stupid memesters and dumb shit that no one cares about, dumb skits that aren't funny. The show isn't good, all right? So that's the first stream. Then tonight on the late stream, it is our next to last stream of the Retro React of The Walking Dead Season 1. Fun retro vibes. Much like DSP React, they're almost unwatchable at this point. Good content. I hope you'll check it out if you haven't yet. And I would tell you the URL address of it, but I don't know what it is because it's a bunch of random letters, characters, and numbers, and you can't use the @ address for it anymore because YouTube broke it. Okay. Man, I'm really sorry. The stupid frog in my throat today is bothering me. Ugh, hopefully I can get it out. Anyway, one final thing to remind you of. On Saturday, May 25th, it will be a Indies Marathon, but it's a PC-centric Indies Marathon on my mini PC. I need people to nominate indie games for this event that are PC games. You guys know better than me. I don't know anything about PC indies. I don't play them. So you tell me. That's the whole idea of the nominations and voting process, right? Okay, very nice. Tubs asked, how many games are allowed to be nominated for the Indies Marathon? There is no limit. You can nominate as many as you want. Post like 17, 18, 19, 20 games. Nominate games that no one else ever heard of, and no one's going to also nominate. Jordan did the first super chat of the day and said, nominate Stardew Valley. Huh? What a weird request. You can now get banned from the chat. Tubs is talking about Spelunky too. He thinks that I would like the game. No. You know me and roguelikes. Oh, I'm so in love with them. What? Some idiot in the chat is saying something dumb. Oh, you can't say anything in Phil's chat, you'll get banned. What are you talking about? You literally just said that and you didn't get banned. What are you saying that's getting blocked? In fact, here, let's take a look. Here's what he said that got blocked in chat. See that fatty can never take an L. There's so much meat writing in his chat. Yeah, I wonder why your message got blocked. Gee, I wonder. You fucking buffoon. So let's just get rid of him now so we don't have to deal with this nonsense any further. Ban, ban, ban. You can't make this shit up. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my favorite segment. It's time for your favorite segment. Everyone, it is time for DSP News. Yeah. Okay. First news story. Listen to this. Shout out to Culture Crave on Twitter, who's getting this right out of their feed. I'm just going to read this word for word. Update on Helldivers 2. The game is now unavailable to purchase on Steam in tons of countries due to the PSN login requirement. They just removed the game for purchase. Those countries include Afghanistan, Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, Albania, Armenia, the Netherlands Antilles, Angola, Antarctica, American Samoa, Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, baby mama. What? The Beach Boys are banned from playing Helldivers 2. That's crazy. And I'm decompressing my back right now if you're wondering what I'm doing. Anyway, that's DSP News for today. All right, so guys, we have a couple shout outs to do. And again, if you contribute to the stream right now, this helps the React show. So please, if you want to, support, please do. I really hope the React show support does stay consistent. We had one slow week last week. I like doing the React show. I don't want to see it fall by the wayside now. So please consider supporting, okay? All right. Okay, I received a $5 tip from Handsome Tuna Roll. When you were filming your podcast with the camera off and just a slideshow, could you show us what you were doing? Were you slouching in the love seat on your phone, laying down with your legs up, looking at the ceiling? Thanks. I have to explain everything that they just said because you guys probably have no idea what that even meant, right? So back in the day, before I had a podcast called the Level 1 Podcast, I just something that I called the Prestream. It was this, basically. Ads. Like you would see ads for the merch that I used to sell, or ads for the KO Gaming channel, and that did work. The KO Gaming channel got tons of views. It hit the algorithm. One of the videos went viral and got over 1 million views. It was definitely a formula that worked. But ultimately, YouTube killed the idea when they demonetized the channel for no good reason. Instead of me having a podcast like I'm doing right now, it would be me laid down. I ignored the audience. I treated it as if the audience wasn't even there. I was not an interactive streamer at all. I mean, I did that for a while, but people didn't like them. Bill, if you're going to sit there coming, we want to see you. Right now, we're literally sitting here and bitching that I'm doing a pre-stream every day. Ow, he's doing a pre-stream. Why does he just get to gameplay like all the other streamers? I'm happy that I get positive feedback from my audience. If I didn't get that feedback, I never would have come on camera the entire time. 7 years later, I can tell you, it was the best decision I've ever made. So far, that's what I've got for contributions, all right? So open up the chat to some Q&A. What do you guys want to discuss today? Would I ever apply to work at a game company? I don't see how on earth I would ever get hired for a game company in any capacity. I don't know what I would be doing. Cleaning the toilets? No, I don't want to be a janitor for Take-Two Interactive. So probably not. I'm also not well respected or regarded in the gaming community at all because of the insane amount of trolls that I have on the internet. There's too many scumbags on Earth. There's too many fucking degenerates out there who have nothing better to do with their time. They're just wastes of life. Thinking that they're harassing someone else as a way to get their jollies off is a valid use of their time. It's fucked up and unacceptable. How long will I play with Zangief until I try a new character? I can tell you this. I'm definitely playing AKUMA. When AKUMA comes out on May 22nd, I'm checking him out and I'm playing with that character. AKUMA, baby. AKUMA, baby. AKUMA, baby. What does that even mean? Oh, man, I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. Shit. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. Excuse me, everybody. And I even blew my nose. It's still tickling me. My left nostril is still tickling me. What is going on? Jedi Dad asks, do you ever get tired of streaming? 16 years is a long time. No, I'm legitimately not getting bored. Why? Because I'm a variety creator. Never does it feel stagnant at all. Because I am a variety creator, I have a wide variety of viewers from all over the world who are tuning in for different reasons. Someone might be watching the podcast now, but have no interest in my stuff for the rest of the day. I might have someone who's not interested in the podcast, but will watch just the React show. People might watch the Souls-like stuff, but not the fighting games, or might watch the fighting games, but not the RPGs, or maybe they watch the RPGs and the fighting games, but they don't like the Souls-like stuff. Because I'm a variety creator, it allows me at all times to have different people coming in. I always say it's like a revolving door. People are coming in, enjoying what they like, coming out, but then they come back in again when something else is in there that they like. Is that true? No. It's always exactly the same group of regulars every single day. I received a $5.01 tip. For the casual gamers among us, can you explain what about Street Fighter V was bad? The game was dog shit. That game wasn't good. Insane amounts of input lag. Everything in the game had massive delay. It was shit. In Street Fighter V, the input delay was so bad that basically certain things were super easy to get away with abusing. You just end up finding patterns that beat everything. Oh, I know what to do. I just do this one pattern, and literally you can't react to it, so it just kind of traps you in the corner, and then I just do it again, I do it again. That's the game. The game was never good. Half the character designs are a joke. Manat, a fucking Egyptian mummy girl? What the fuck is this? It's not Darkstalkers, it's fucking Street Fighter. Why the fuck is that even in there? It didn't make any sense. The character designs were awful. The art style is a joke. Doughy action figures made out of fucking claymation and shit. It's the most boring shit I've ever seen in my life. It was completely uninspired of a game. I could keep going. I mean, there's so many missteps in that game. I'm glad I skipped it. I really, like, imagine if I wasted 7 years of streaming time playing a dog shit game. It's too delayed, it's pattern-based, there's no real intelligence, no reacting to anything, no footsies. It's just a game where you just play a pattern and it's boring as dirt, right? And sorry, Capcom, you fucked up. That was my take of Street Fighter V since the day it fucking came out. Oh, DSP doesn't know what he's talking about. DSP's just salty because he's not in the FGC. No, it's gonna tell the truth. Because I don't have my stake in the FGC. I don't need tournaments to be successful. So I can be honest about a game that sucks and not have to worry that, oh no, now the community will be shocked. Who cares? The game was terrible. It always was. I said it since day one. No one could counter my points. Instead, they just continued to play the game. Like, it's not as bad as he says. And 7 years later, oh wow, that game was awful. They chose to do that for personal gain. And that's what upsets me about the FGC. They were literally dishonest for 7 years. 7 years you dedicated to a piece of dog shit. So anyway, I hope that answers your question, the big dog. Guy Lloyd, you are an outright liar, and you can now get banned from the chat. You're literally a fucking liar. Oh no, the whole FGC criticized the game and said it sucked. That literally didn't happen. I'm the one who said it sucked, and everyone made fun of me and said I was a liar. Oh, he's over-exaggerating. I was the one who called it out, not them. No. Sorry, revisionist history to serve your own narrative. They were all fucking cashing in on that shit. Oh, all right. Well, guys, I've gone on for a while, and I just realized it's React Day. I have to end the show because we have to get the React stream going. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. And my hope is that today we're going to have a solidly performing React stream because last week it really did not perform well. This show now has a consistent audience, 5 viewers a day. So there's a lot of people who like the show and watch it.